Om Shanti. Imbibe the virtues of sweetness and humility to become great. Keep the gift of sweetness with you. Sweetness is such a special virtue that it even makes land filled with bitterness very sweet. The basis of the transformation of all of you are Baba's sweet words. Sweet children, you are pure, sweet souls. These sweet words transformed you. Baba's sweet drishti transformed you. In the same way, with your sweetness, make others sweet. Sweeten your mouth. Constantly keep this gift of sweetness with you. By doing this, you will remain constantly sweet and also make others sweet. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 7. Imbibe the virtues of sweetness and humility to become great. Today's topic: keep gift of sweetness with you. Pass with honor. Rehearsing mistakes. Power of transformation. Sweet, sweet child, if there is a thought of weakness and it is placed in front of the Father, you have been liberated. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone okay in a Vyakti Parivar? Right? I think everyone has learned to be okay, right? Baba always used to say, don't write long letters, long emails, but just write, I am okay, right? And that's what we all have to learn. But one of the best method to be okay is inculcation, implementing what Baba says, because dharana is very important. When there is inculcation, it also helps us to have connection with Baba, remembrance of Baba, and also to have very humble and sweet nature. But if there is not attention on inculcation, just listening, we cannot just listen, but inculcate. So Baba has given us the gift. What gift Baba has given us? Can you think of the gift which Baba has given you? No? gift of sweetness. Baba has given you the gift of sweetness. So Baba says, keep that gift of sweetness with you. Have you all got gift of sweetness? Yes or no? Everyone? Okay, we will watch out. Keep the gift of sweetness with you. Sweetness is such a special virtue that even that makes, Baba says, Baba says, and change those who are filled with bitterness very sweet. So we have to kind of, at the center, everyone talks nicely, sweetly, respectfully, because that is sweetness, no? That you respect others, you talk very gently. If you talk very harsh and hard, what will be the atmosphere like? No? So Baba had been saying, Drishti and the words both should be very sweet. So Baba said that the basis of the transformation of all of you are Baba's sweet words. Every day, Baba says, sweet children, right? So Baba's sweet words, sweet children, you are pure, you are sweet souls. Baba says, these sweet words, these words we heard from Baba. So these sweet words, Baba says, these sweet words transformed you. Baba's sweet drishti transformed you. In this way, with our sweetness, make others also sweet. So Baba says, sweeten your mouth, sweeten your mouth, constantly keep this gift of sweetness with you. Gift Baba has given. So Baba says, by doing this, that is, keeping the gift of sweetness, you will remain constantly sweet. So Baba says, and also then you make others sweet. Because as you will speak, others will also answer you in the same words. So Baba is saying that what we have to do to be sweet. One is Chandramani Dadi always used to say, one is like manners, no? One is from your heart. It's not we only talk sweetly, we are sweet, but inside we are not. But there should be naturally, as souls, respect for every soul. So you cannot be loud. You shouldn't be loud. But there are some, they speak very loudly. So Baba is reminding us, have sweet drishti, have sweet words, and but there is always this balance, Baba says, of love and law. Because sometimes sweet and being loving can also create some attachments, right? So we have to be detached and lovely. If we are not detached, only lovely, then there could be also some obstacles. Same is with the sweetness. Baba used to give example. If you are sweet, if you keep a little piece of sugar, what you see after a little while? Lots of ants all over. So, yes, we have to be sweet, but also we have to be detached. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. This is Kavita Behan here from Mumbai, Borivali Center. And lovely to be a part of the Avyakti Parivar family. And when we think about the word Avyakti, reminds of being an angel, reminds of being angels. And this is a topic that fascinated me right to childhood about angels. Because as a child, we used to hear stories that angels came overnight, did something, helped someone, and by the morning, the person would wake up, they have vanished. So he's like, the person is wondering who were the angels. And then Baba tells us about being an angel. And it's so much closely related to being humble and also being sweet. So I had once read a line which said, angels can fly because they take themselves lightly. And I've been wondering since I've read it, what does it mean to take the self lightly? Is it about being humble, being soul conscious? What is the lightness which helped me being in the consciousness of an angel?
There are two sanskars or the habit. One is we carry the things in our mind. This happened, this one did this. There is a story about two Buddhist monks. So they were going, running, and then they saw one of the women, old woman, was drowning in the pond. So one of the monks just stopped, because if you see someone drowning, he jumped and he picked her and put it on the side. So then they continued. They were running. So one monk said, "It really concerns me. Why did you touch that woman?" He said, "I put it uh, just on the corner, but you are carrying it. Like carrying things. So how can you be light? There are some people, if they see anything which is nice, they just put in the bag. This is nice, let me. So they carry a lot. Brahmins also carry a lot. Another thing is holding it inside. And you don't let go. Okay, somebody did something, said something. Past is past, forgive, move forward. But some don't do that. They hold everything. So heaviness really comes when you have a lot of baggage. Baggage of ill feelings, baggage of not being treated well, baggage of I am not being loved. A lot of baggages. And we have to leave the baggage. So you are light, no? There are some people, they travel light. And there are some people, they travel with, instead of one bag, they have two bags now. So it depends on us how much we carry. And of course, lightness is our two wings of knowledge and yoga. Because if there is knowledge, then you resolve the things. They come and you resolve them. And same is yoga. You remember Baba, and on journey so many things happen, but you don't remember all the scenes of what's happening. So there are many different aspects where you can remain very light and feel like flying, feel like angelic. Yesterday in the meeting, I don't remember which group was saying that AI is angelic intelligence. And I like those words instead of, AI in a different way. AI is angelic intelligence. That's something nice.
Didi, about not carrying things, not holding on to things. At times, there is the aim to leave the baggage that we are carrying. With knowledge, we also have the understanding that this is extra baggage which we are carrying, and I just want to keep it aside and move forward. Like, but a few steps forward again on the journey when you are interacting with the soul again, probably because the soul has not changed the sanskaras. Again, the same behavior reawakens the. So, really about not carrying and leaving behind the excess baggage. With our intellect, we understand it, and we also keep the aim of practically doing it in our lives. But at times, so as we move ahead on our spiritual journeys, at times there are things that we understand and we aim to keep an effort, to make an effort for that. But then there are scenes of the drama which reawaken the older memories which we are trying to delete, the baggage which we are trying to leave. So is there one powerful tool which helps us to just keep things aside and for good?
I believe that there should be, if somebody is traveling with you, doesn't have something, and so you donate, like someone doesn't have love, they are not loving the way they talk. So you keep doing it. So there is, one example we give, scorpion, bichu, they call it, will always bite. So there was one saint, so he will do good and bichu will bite. So then, very nicely said, because that's his nature. What else will he do? But why should I take that nature? If I have good qualities, and so don't look at or don't allow that to be bitten. So I cannot take anyone's weaknesses, or Mama used to say they are throwing the like garbage, want to remove weaknesses, and you take that garbage. So there should be, it's all right, whatever anyone's nature is, but I should be firm and I should continue with my virtues or donating virtues.
So Yes, that is the effort, ultimate aim that we carry. And that's about Baba's word sada, on that. You keep this stage sada. Because when we aim to live with angelic consciousness, and then sometimes this we come down to the level that after all we are humans. So how far do we tolerate, or how far do we keep quiet? So on one hand, there is the understanding that we want to become perfect. But on the other hand, there are the probably weaknesses of the self, the sanskaras. So that's the journey which we move ahead with. And that's where when we look at Baba, Mama, and to seniors, there is this inspiration that no, we have to live by our spiritual values. So you've seen Baba, Sakar Baba, and then we know he became a perfect angel. So what did you see in Brahma Baba from his days of being an effort maker himself and then being an angel? So what virtue, what difference did we observe in Baba?
Even sometimes Baba says that everyone has to make effort. But I feel Brahma Baba and Dadi Prakash Prem, they were like ready-made, you know. I never see them. Sometimes I wonder that they also have sanskars, you know, of 63 births or bondages, but it's never shown. Even Baba says sometimes storms first come to me, then because I know now I can guide you all. But I never saw that sanskar emerging like we see in other souls. Sometimes their mood is like that, sometimes they are bitter, sometimes, but not in Baba. I don't know, sometimes I wonder that is it because Shiv Baba is using him as a chariot, or but I think that attention and realization, like consistently, I think Brahma Baba kept his image like Dadi Gulzar, you know, once we ask her that when people come and take drishti, they experience Baba. She said, because they come to me because of Baba's chariot. So I think maybe that awareness, Samarthi, of what is my role, I am instrument of God and they come to experience Baba. So if I am not in that state, they won't experience. And Dadi Gulzar kept that aim. No, when Baba start coming in her, we will say, Dadi, you say something to this one. No, I am Baba's chariot. No, I can't say this. So she was so much aware. So each one of us, if we remember, every Baba's child is an instrument. If you are a good awareness of being instrument, then I should behave like I should interact. My nature should be like Baba. But some they are in contrast, you know. But then we cannot, you know, depend on them or count on them. Count on those who are like Baba, they are changing. So awareness of what I am becoming, what Baba is making me, some forget and they start living like a ordinary life. Otherwise, our life is alaukic, is spiritual, very special. So a contrast should be visible between myself or any other ordinary, those who don't have knowledge, right? So awareness of who am I, then what is my aim, what Baba is making me. And also we are giving introduction of God and telling everyone, you are children of God, you are child of God. But they don't see anything in you which is more godly. There are some they immediately notice, and the faith in God becomes easy for them because you have changed. If you are same, they won't naturally be very affected or they won't believe it easily. So I think everyone should really pay attention to keep this awareness that I am God's child and what Baba is making me, that will help, like our qualities, like Brahma Baba and even Dadi. Dadi Prakashmani was so loving because she always used to say, Baba has given me responsibility. So she's loving, she's sweet. Even she was very firm. Yes, no, and even with departments, everything, she was very firm and efficient. It's not she will let things happen, and they are having all those qualifications. She was very humble. She was very sweet, like Baba. So Brahma Baba, all Dadis, and now all of us also have to set that example.
So holding in consciousness, I'm God's child, and I'm here to mold myself to perfection, but also at the same time serve the world. So serving the world is giving what we received from Baba and sharing it with the world. And that's about, what we heard as angels, just sharing things, what you have with the world. Can it be natural? Like I was reading one of Baba's Avyak Murli, Baba said, angels appear and disappear. Angels emerge and merge. So that led to a lot of curiosity. On one hand, we tried to be natural, the consciousness of being an angel throughout and living the life naturally. And then on the other hand, this is appearing, disappearing. So it just led to curiosity.
Generally, a human being will have, if you do good, you have expectation. Oh, I respect this person so much, but he is never respectful. So then you become human now, So disappearing, appearing is whatever is needed in my life. Somebody just appears and helps me to get. And I will say it's like an angel. So Baba says when somebody comes, wants to experience peace, and you talk about happiness, or somebody is coming for happiness, and you talk about silence. So it won't give them that no. So angel will know what is needed, what is needed for that one.
One final note, Didi. And another interesting thing about angels, I read humans leave shadows behind, angels leave light. So, what is the light we can leave with the people with whom we are living, sharing with the world at large? One inspiration of the light.
I think that light and lightness. So when you are talking to someone, they will feel, when I was leaving, I had to go, to take leave from doctors also. So one doctor said, it's very early, 7 in the morning appointment, that whenever you come, there is calmness. And I feel so calm. Different people give you different. But if you are, keep thinking he's not doing his good job, he didn't give me that, lot of wasteful thoughts. So those vibrations will be left. So I think it's the vibrations. What vibrations we leave when we leave, right? That's something. Plus, even in the presence, the vibrations work a lot. So angels always leave good vibrations.
We live good vibrations, and that's what we leave.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
So there is aim to be angels, right? Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank
Thank
you.
you.